Right, hey guys, here we are, hole 2 at London here. And one of the things that I wanted to try to do here is maybe line this up to maybe go just a little bit more aggressive. So you're going to see that I kind of go aggressively on the left edge, because the goal is to kind of just get this up here as far as possible to give ourselves an easy enough pitch. So at 15.8, this is one of the rare times that I actually, let's start to dial this in. We'll actually go kind of appropriate number of rings, which I don't typically do with driver, but this one I want to be very cautious with. I'm going to do a little bit of an overplay as well. So just an FYI, you'll want to be just a little bit careful with your overplay. And then after we adjust the rings, we're just going to be very careful and methodical to kind of pull straight up. So I just want to be very careful here. If I can just, kind of visualize, you can see kind of where the line is headed. So I just want to make sure that my rings pull in that same plane. Like this. So somewhere right around here, I'm thinking. And this is trying to cut that left corner pretty hard. So if all goes well, you can see we called a great shot. I'm not sure that that's going to register. It's one of the most accurate balls in the game. So I don't expect that to deflect left. Oh, yeah, I'm starting to wonder if it did. It's either that or the number of rings that I went wasn't enough, one way or the other. But that little miscue there, just by a couple yards, if I would have been just a little bit, I don't think it registered. I still don't think it registered because we're kind of really close. I think what it is just the natural wind effect. I should have went another ring, at least, especially with overpower. So just keep in mind I was probably a little light, and it's probably my own fault as to why I'm here. But ideally, we would have wanted to get up here. This is kind of what I was shooting. Even if it was in the rough, we would have had this pitch here. And even though it looks kind of tricky, it probably would have been no wind affected. Now this, I still don't think this is going to have very much. And typically what I'll do is I'll try to kind of flatten out my line a little bit. So you can see that I'm making all points kind of go up this way. And you can see a very small shot arc here. It's a very tiny arc. I really, if this was even going to play, it's probably only going to play a ring or two. So that's one of the reasons that I'd kind of line this up this way, is to try to find a spot up here that's kind of consistent, and to where even if it does deflect a ring or two, that it doesn't affect my overall shot. You can see I could just kind of play around with this, and you can see even one ring isn't really going to be huge movement. It might move a little, but it's not going to move a lot. And that's kind of the goal here, is to kind of find that little sweet spot. And of course, we're going to want to play the break here. So that's what you can see that I'm doing. Looks like that's just out of the cup. Maybe just shift this just a touch, as opposed to keep playing with that. Just trying to get the, just move it in a touch where it looks like it's kind of on the edge of the cup, so it lips in. It looks like that's pretty close, because I think it might play just a touch. So with that in mind, we're kind of keep it on the left edge. This is kind of more of the goal. Like I said, it would have been a lot better if we didn't hit this little part of the rough. But you always want to just be a little careful. You see another great ball. And it looks like it did end up playing, and you can see how much. And that's kind of the difference between that playing and not playing. So if I would have hit the perfect drive, it would have got up there closer, it wouldn't have played. You can see I only needed a couple more feet. Like I didn't need very much, because you can see this only went, what, a cup? So just a little bit more, and we would have not had that play at all. So keep that in mind. Good luck. I'll see you guys on the next one.